Bagnaia becomes increasingly frustrated. Lorenzo's father exposes Ducati boss bad behavior. Jorge Lorenzo rocks the paddock. He officially returns to MotoGP. Stay with us. Here is the full news today. Jorge Lorenzo's father finally issued a harsh critique of Ducati's top brass, particularly David Tardozzi. This criticism wasn't about the poor performance of his star rider, Pecco Bagnaia, or the sabotage issue, but rather the attitude displayed by David Tardozzi, which he considered less than ideal. The recent 2025 Indonesian MotoGP weekend in Mandalika was a bad one for the Ducati Lenovo team, with both of its star riders failing to finish the race, even struggling from the first day of practice. Desperate for last place, Pecco Bagnaia crashed and failed to finish. Meanwhile, his teammate, Marc Marquez, suffered a worse fate after colliding with Marco Bezzecchi early in the race, sustaining injuries. This drew the attention of Jorge Lorenzo's father, Chicho Lorenzo, who expressed his opinion on his YouTube channel. He spoke about the Ducati Lenovo team, which, after a poor weekend, confirmed that Marquez would miss the next two Grands Prix. Chicho also criticized the behavior of Davide Tardozzi, the Ducati Lenovo team manager, who he said was overly emotional about both joy and sorrow. They're waiting to see what will happen in these two races, in which Marc Marquez won't be competing, of course. And another thing worth commenting on is Tardozzi's behavior, which stems from his overly spontaneous nature in front of the cameras. When things are going well, he even dances, although frankly, I'm a bit embarrassed to see him dancing. And when things are bad, his face immediately becomes gloomy and sad. It's best to remain neutral, not to get carried away by the excessive euphoria of dancing and all the drama, then suddenly have a long sour face the next day. That doesn't make sense. We have to maintain our composure, said Jorge Lorenzo's father, Chicho Lorenzo. On the other hand, rumors are circulating that Jorge Lorenzo might return to the MotoGP paddock as Maverick Vinales' manager. His father, Chicho Lorenzo, also commented on the news. However, he admitted he has other ideas for his son. I've tried to convince him more than once to focus on a project not with a specific rider, but on a larger project aimed at discovering talent, training them, and taking them to the highest level. It's not about having just one team or one rider, but rather working with many riders, because that's what I really like. But Jorge is watching. I know he's seeing how everything will develop. Ultimately, he hasn't confirmed or denied anything, said Chicho Lorenzo, as reported by Motos and S.